chat. The question that you might have is this webinar a sales pitch? And the answer is no. This is part of a weekly training that we do for our power agents in our coaching program. So some of you on this call are guests because you're not in our coaching, which we're so glad that you're here. You're going to learn a tremendous amount. As a guest, though, I just want to say this, from time to time, I'll be having like a sidebar conversation with our coaching members to point something out to them, because I'll be teaching something and it might be in their portal on the website. So I'll make reference to that. And so I just want you to understand that background. Now, as a guest, though, if you decide that you want to kick the tires and you want to check out what it means to become a power agent, at some point you click on that little link, and you can join and get all of these bonuses emailed to you today, which includes a copy of today's slides. And it's only $5. That's right. It's only $5 for a whole month of the trial, and plus all those bonuses you save. So it's very enticing. So you may want to do that, but we'll cover that at the end. Now, regardless, if you all take your phones and you hold it up to that screen there, in the camera mode, that'll bring you to a Facebook group that we created not too long ago. Actually, it was the beginning of this year. Thank you. It's the beginning of the year. Come on, she's throwing me the thing, and it's not good at throwing. So if you want to join the Facebook group, we use that as a way to stay in connection with anybody that's ever attended our things before. So anyway, all right, now, this webinar, let me just clarify, again, for the new people that have never attended before, some of my sessions that I do on these Wednesday things are, I'll go wide on a topic, like I'll cover a bunch of things, and I don't go really specifically deep on anything. And then there's some sessions I go deep, right? So I'll go deep, let's say, on the listing appointment. From the moment you walk into the house of a FSBO, how do you get them to hire you for 6 months at 7% and blah, blah, blah. So today's session, I'm going to go wide, okay? So I'm going to cover a lot of stuff today, and I'm going to be honest with you. I always will be honest with you, to a fault sometimes, is that this is the first time that I'm teaching this specific topic. So I really don't know how long it's going to be. It could be 30 minutes, or it could be I'm going to push it to the very last second of this hour. So be patient with me, I guess. I want to tell you how I put this together and how it came about. For those of you who don't know me, I'm the guy you go to if you want to learn what to say, when to say it, and how to say it when you're belly to belly, face to face with a buyer or seller. Okay, so I'm not really big on, let's say, a lead capture, social media, doing videos, but I'm the guy if you want to learn how to call a FSBO and get a listing appointment, or an expired, or how to do how to handle objections and get higher commissions, and how to get buyer agency agreements, how to negotiate your offers. That's the rubber meets the road guy. That's who I am. Now, I've been doing this, gang, for almost 40 years, 39 years. I think none of my colleagues that are actively coaching and training have had the years under their belt in this business like I have. As a matter of fact, when I started, I was 19 years old. That's a picture of my broker, Mac Levitt. 19 years old, I was doing 6 transactions a month. Now, I'm saying this to you because doing 6 transactions a month in Long Island, New York, and coaching and training 39 years, when it comes to answering the question, why do agents fail and how to avoid that, I like to think I kind of know what it is, because I have trained personally hundreds of thousands of agents in all those years. But for the hell of it, what I did, I saw somebody say about the AI. What I did was I went to one of the AI softwares that we have. Actually has a whole bunch of AI. So it's got the ChatGPT, Sage, Claude Plus. They're all AIs. And Jasper is another one that's not showing there. And I asked every AI the same question, which is, why do agents fail and how do you avoid it? Now, what I'm happy to say is with all the AIs that I did, They all pretty much came up with the same answer, which was what I was going to teach you. Honestly, there were a couple of things I thought, you know what? I didn't think of that. I'm going to teach that as well. So I am giving you not just 39 years of experience talking now, but all this AI research asking that question. So if you're not ready to take notes, take them now. It's fire hose time. A lot's being thrown at you. So let's go to the first thing that I discovered and that I believe as well. One of the things that has an agents fail, and by the way, I hope the title wasn't too negative. Why are agents failing? Because listen, the truth is, we've never done a title like that that's kind of the negative. Why are agents failing? Never did a topic like that. But the reason why I told my team I wanted to do it this time is because there are agents failing. There's agents struggling. And I wanted to wake you up. I wanted to get your attention if you happen to be one of those. You don't have to fail. You don't have to be one of those. But you can't keep doing what you've been doing, because if you keep doing what you've been doing, you are going to. So here's the solution on how you can turn your business around, have a breakthrough. And if you're doing well already, well, you're going to really bring it to the next level. Number one is the lack of local market knowledge. So that's number one. When you don't know your market, and when I talk about your market, and I mean local, this is important. You do not have to know about the economy. You don't have to know about builders and the cost of lumber. You don't have to impress people like this to know about what's happening on a national level, because real estate's local. How many times have we talked to a homeowner and tried to tell them about price and everything else, and you're trying to present price, and what do they say to you? Yeah, but my house is special, right? What you need to know is your local market, and jot this down. Your local prices, your inventory levels, days on market. Now, this is why this is important. Now, if you're an experienced agent, you've got this one handled, you're good. So you can check this off. As a matter of fact, I can show you how you create a little checklist. You can check this off. You're good if you're a successful agent, you've been doing it for a while. This is no big deal. Right now, I'm talking to the younger, newer agents that have gotten licensed in the past year. They're still trying to get their business up and running. When you don't know the local market, it's going to generate insecurity, and that's going to impact you on a listing appointment in a big way. You want to know, I'm going to say that again, when you know your local stats from your MLS, it'll give you more security when you're on that listing appointment. Some of us are afraid that the people that don't know the market, their local market, they're almost afraid to go on a listing appointment for a homeowner to say something or ask him something. They think the homeowner knows more about the neighborhood than they do because they just started and they don't know like the pricing. And it's not knowing that is what generates this insecurity. And they smell that when you are on the listing appointment. So listen to me, the new people. You don't have to know everything about real estate to get rid of that insecurity. You don't have to be great on the listing appointment to get rid of that insecurity. If you know your market, you know pricing, you know inventory, you know your MLS stats, and even as a new agent, you're going to have confidence. And this is important. Second thing here is inadequate negotiating skills. I told you I'm going wide today. One of the sessions that I have teaches just how to get your offer accepted. So we have a training just on that. We're not doing that today. I'm just going to give you the concepts about being good at negotiating. You have to know how to write the offer so it competes and wins with multiple offers. That is a negotiating skill. You know, you just don't throw offers together, man. You've got to have that skill and ability on how to package that offer. You need to know how to get your offer presented to the owner with you in the conversation. Daryl, that's not how we do it, man. No. When I write the offer, I give it to the listing agent. It says no negotiate direct, and they have a letter and I'm telling you, you're wrong. That legally, when you write when you have the buyers write an offer, legally the listing agent has to allow you to present it with them to the homeowner if you do it, if you know how to do it. Why do we want to be their president? Well, you know why. So that way you can fight for your buyers. You can present your offer the best way. You need to know how to deal with the listing agent if they're stalling. Come on now. Come on. How many times have we experienced that where we feel like we're getting stalled by the listing agent? How do you deal with that? How do you confront that? How do you handle it? You just don't throw up your hand and say, this what? No, there's a way to do it. You have to understand how to get creative with the terms. It's not always about the price. It's not always about the price. It's about the terms as well. Move-in date, inspections, appraisals, all of that stuff. You have to be a good negotiator. Have you ever seen any of those television shows? Right now, I'm watching Succession. I don't know if any of you are watching that on HBO, Succession. That's great. Now, it's not the best example. It just happens to be at the top of my mind. But when you're negotiating, like some of these television shows where they're negotiating in the rooms, making things happen, it's a skill set. You have to know also, Christine, you're watching Succession. You also know how to not lose your buyer when they lose that house. So one of the things you've got to get good. Second thing is you've got to have good negotiating skills. You've got to be a good negotiator. The next one, number 3, jot this down. I think 17 to give you. So I'm telling you, we got a lot. Ineffective at consistently generating leads. Now, I want this to really listen. If I were to give weight to some of these things that have agents foul in real estate, this one over here is perhaps very weighted, like very important. The ability to generate leads consistently. I want to show you something. So, and it says there at the bottom, you see where it says at the bottom, everyone you meet is interested in real estate. Everyone you meet, you have to know that everybody, listen, there's no listings now. There's no sense. The market is thin. Let me tell you something. Everybody in your neighborhood is involved in real estate, is interested in real estate. If they're a tenant, they want to get their own home, but they don't know how to do it. If somebody owns a home, they want to know what the value of their property is. I'm going to tell you something. Every time I go out to eat dinner or I'm on a plane or wherever I am, when I'm out in the world, when I stop and listen for a minute, I'll hear somebody talking about real estate. Every time, everybody is interested in real estate. You have to know how to bring that to you, how to attract that to you. So let me show you something here. One of the things that I created this acronym WORK, and I'm not going to teach it now what the acronym is. You see it right there. Walk the pavement, obtain leads, resilience, keep focus. I'm not teaching that today. I want to just say the one part about walking the pavement is that when you've got to get out in the world and attract leads, real estate leads. And I'm going to show you one way to do it. The person in the line dialogue. Now, we have over 40 dialogues, but I want to teach this one to you right now. I want you to pretend that you're on the line at the supermarket or the bakery or at the cleaners. I don't care. You're out in the world. And what I want you to do is comment about the store. So when you're in the store, let's say it's a bakery, and you've got somebody in front of you or behind you, and you turn and say, boy, it smells good in here. I love coming here. That's the commenting about the store. Do you come here often? So when they say, oh, yes, it does. It smells really good. Have you come here before to the bakery? Yeah, I love this bakery. You know, I'm a local realtor, so it's my business to know about the businesses. And people ask me for recommendations. So I'm always looking at the stores a particular way so I can make it. And I love this bakery. They do such a great job. By the way, do you live in the area? Oh, you do? Oh, so you know this bakery. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Oh, well, here, listen, here's my card. I'm offering homeowners in the town a free market analysis or a free market report. It tells you what's happening in the town and what the current values are. So if you want, just give me a call, and I'll be happy to do it for you. So nice to meet you. You should do that Every time you're anywhere in a store. And by the way, name tag, baby. Name tag. Name tag. Very important. Listen, power agents, you have one of the things you have in the classroom is the 100 different ways to generate listing leads. But I'll tell you, ladies and gents, if you just do what I just said, that alone, you'll start attracting more business to you. And by the way, if you're a guest, that's one of the things that you're getting. Hey, Julie, is the feed okay? Am I slow, or is there a problem with the video feed?
I don't think so. I saw that a couple people were having trouble, but Sarah's handling that. It seems fine to me.
Okay, no, it just looked like I was slow or something, like the video is delayed or something. Okay, that's fine. All right. Thanks, Jules. Anyway, the guests, that 100 leads, I'm going to email it to you if you decide to try the power program for the $5. It's one of the bonuses you're getting. All right, now, next thing is inadequate market and branding. I like you to jot this down. I have a slide for it, but here's the definition of self-promotion that I teach power agents all the time. It's to have people know your name, face, and what you do for a living. I'll say it again slower. To have people know your name, your face, and what you do for a living. That's self-promotion. That's marketing. Name, face, and what you do for a living. One of the things, so I said about the name tag. Let me tell you, listen, everybody, please. There's no doubt that the real estate market now is different than what it was last year and the year before. And the reason why I created that acronym WORK is because in this market, this is a market that you have to work and go back to some of the real basic things of listing and selling real estate. And the name tag is such a stupid, simple thing, and it's important and powerful. Do you know how many people are wondering about the economy and about their house? And is it a good, like some people are so wondering about real estate. You just have, even if you didn't do the dialogue that I gave you on the line in the bakery or the cleaners or the whatever, they see your name tag, you're going to have people say to you, oh, you're in real estate? And they'll start conversations with you. Now, one of the things I recommend you do is get a get a car sign. Get a car sign. Put the car sign on. We like Vistaprint. Vistaprint, what is the price there? It's $50 for two of them. It's $53 each for a car magnet. A car magnet. Throw it on. Well, a bunch of my power agents, they go to church on Sunday, but they have that car. It's like advertising in there. It's totally fine. They go to church. The car's sitting there for that, and people come out and they see them. They're the last person to leave the parking lot. Here's something else too: is social media. You don't have to get complicated. One of our vendors that we love is Just Listed Social. What they'll do, power agents, what they'll do for you is they'll create a promotion for you. You just fill out a quick form, and they post for you on Facebook and social media, branding you. So many power agents had success with it. Listen, and you get a discount, power agents. You see it right there where it says power agent preferred vendors. You'll see it. It's a second row to the right, justlisted.social. You get a discount that nobody else gets. So it's great savings. Here's another one. So power agents, you know that we give you social media ads that you can run and post yourself. This is Mike Childs. He said, I don't know if you can read it. I'm going to read it for you. This power agent contact did well on our Facebook page. Since Facebook post is here today and gone tomorrow, I'm reposting my top performings every month. This is one of them. You'll see at the bottom of the screen, he got 1,700 impressions, reached 1,600 people, 58 engagements just from that social media post that we create for you, power agents. So all you got to do is copy and paste it. Here's another one as far as branding is concerned. Now, let me tell you, one of the best ways to brand yourself, promote yourself in your local community is doing open houses. Now, I like to think when it comes on how to do an open house, our system is better than any other speaker or trainer in the industry, honestly. Because every time we have power agents do what we teach in that webinar, See, by the way, remember at the beginning of the webinar, I said some we go wide, some we go deep. This is one of the deep ones. From start to finish, it was the 4 Ps of promoting, preparation, presentation, post open house. Like there's 4 Ps to doing open houses successfully. And it's not uncommon that power agents will get 40, 50, 60 people showing up based on what we teach. One of our power agents called, it was on the coach call Monday. She said, Daryl, I got 100 people. I don't even know how to follow up on that. So many. And I have a solution for that. I'll tell you in a second, because that's what I told her. But can you imagine, see, if you're doing an open house and you've got a line of people in front of your open house and you got your signs out in front of the house, is that a form of promotion in the neighborhood? Of course it is. And you know what else you do to get promotion out of this is you take video, you take photos, you post that on your social media. You take that picture like that and you put it onto a letter and you mail it out to the whole community and you say, dear neighbor, I don't know if you were able to make it to the open house we just had last weekend. We had great success, but all of these people, they couldn't buy that house. The house sold, but we've got all of these people who are committed to buying in this neighborhood. If you know of anybody, could you please call me right away? Come on now. One open house. You know how much business that open house. One open house, if done the right way, will get for you. This is power agents. Listen, we created these 15-foot flags. You see the power agent logo on there? You put those out at the corner of the street in front of the house. Here, if you want to get really crazy, you do one of the come and see out, Julie, what's the name? Drone. Imagine a drone going up and down the block with your information. Open house. Come on. I know that's over the top, but that's marketing. That's branding. Guess on the call. If you want to try the power program later when we talk about it, that's one of the bonuses is the 4 Ps, the checklist. And we tell you the link to the video for that class. Now, here's how you follow up with 100 people who come to your open house. Slide broadcast. Now, power agents, if you've been on the call, the coaching call Mondays with me, you've heard me talk about this. I created Joe, I love what Joe just said, Julie. Don't be a secret agent. Joe, ain't that the truth, baby? Don't be a secret agent. You got to listen. What you have to do in this market is be out in the world. Going back to basics. Exciting. It's great to be out in the world again and not locked up because of a pandemic. Slide broadcast. Let me tell you what slide broadcast is. Slide broadcast, I'm sorry, power agents that know this, be patient with me. We got to bring everybody up to speed. Slide broadcast, have you ever had your phone, you get a message that says, oh, I missed a call. I got a voicemail. My phone didn't even ring. Slide broadcast does that intentionally. What you do is you record a message, a voicemail, you upload a list of cell phones, and then slide broadcast will send it directly to a person's voicemail so it doesn't ring them. Now, what's brilliant and beautiful about this, it's not robocalls, which is annoying to people. And if on the do not call list, you're not allowed to do that, yada, yada. All right. So they get to listen to it themselves if they want to save it and listen to it later. See, the problem with a robocall, like if they answer the phone, if they're not paying attention, what did you say? I missed that, and it's gone. So this gets recorded and saved and they listen to it later. So how you follow up when you have 100 people come to your open house and you can't follow up on 100, you upload 100 cell phones to slide broadcast and with the message saying, hi, this is Daryl Davis. I'm sorry that I missed you. You see, they think you called them individually. Hi, I'm sorry that I missed you, but you attended my open house this Saturday at 1010 Hana Lane. I don't know if you're interested in the property, but we got a lot of people interested in several offers. So what we're doing is we're going to open up all offers on Thursday. So I'm calling you now. It's Monday. So we have a few days. So if you're interested, please call me before Thursday. Now, if you're not, I do have some other properties that are similar to this one that you may not be aware of. Call me for that too. Bing. Hey, now I just took 100 leads And out of the 100, whoever calls 10 or 20, you know they're serious. You don't waste your time with the other 80. That's just one example. The slide broadcast, Power Agents, is the secret weapon right now to work in your neighborhood, calling hundreds of people with one recording. Now, Power Agents, we negotiated a deal for you with slide broadcast that you get 150 calls for free right out the gate. And there's no contract after the 150. You just pay per call if you want, so to try it. So go into the vendors, Power Agents, to get that. All right, now, here's another example, newsletters. We're very big in newsletters. Power Agents, you have a ton of newsletters. Every month there's a newsletter. Now, let me tell you why you should be doing newsletters. What did I say, ladies and gentlemen? The definition of self-promotion is to have people know your name, your face, and what you do for a living. So if you keep bombarding your neighborhood with a newsletter, here's one of our Power Agents, Nancy. She said, I changed the back of the main newsletter a smidge, made 250 copies, added a flag, put it into a door hanger bag, and will walk my farm areas. Wish me luck. So what she's doing with the newsletter, instead of mailing it, she's actually using it as a door hanger bag. Brilliant, brilliant. One of the Power Agents, Mike Childs, again, shout out to Mike. What he did is he used GetResponse.com. He took the newsletter, created an e-newsletter from it, and then put it on his website. So he took the newsletter and created a e-newsletter and also added it to his blog post on his website. Brilliant. Now, here, let me show you one of my favorite things that we give Power Agents. It's the 3 letters. So let me tell you about the 3 letters. I'll go back to it in a second. So what did I say? You want to have people know your name, face, and what you do for a living. And the thing about mailings, it has to be consistently. You have to do it consistently. You can't do it once in a while, like you just listed. You mail out something, and then you don't do something for another 2 months. What did you say here, Pam? Wait, Pam said, I got a call just when Daryl shared the call. Oh, sorry. Okay. Pam, don't answer your phone, Pam. The slide broadcast, Pam, you get 150 credits. What it is per thing, I don't know. You have to go to the site. It'll tell you. I think it might be. Julie, do we know what the price is? Or Julie, you're going to answer? I think it's, how much is it per call? I don't remember.
Yeah, it's, I think to start, it's like $8 a month, or you can pay, and that's for like 100, and or you can pay per call. So there's different.
I'm telling you, yeah. So yeah, let's do it this way because I have so much to teach. The slide broadcast, like I think it's $8. If you pay $8, then you get 100 calls. It's so inexpensive. It's the least expensive thing in the industry, as far as tools that has such a high return. It's second to the Power Program. Now, let me go back to this here. This, I want you to imagine that you take your list of people and you mail once a month. Let's say you could do postcards, but I love the letters. So this letter here, Dear Hanahan, I'm delighted to announce that I just sold a home located at 5 Umpty Ump Lane. This letter, I thought you might like to know the following homes have sold. This one over here, I'm just letting you know, here's an update on all the houses that have sold and all the houses that are for sale. Thanks, George. Hey, George Rosario. Anyway, let me show you the point of these letters. Letter 1, letter 2, letter 3. The idea is there was a guy, I'm going to tell you this, where I got this idea from. There is a guy, Ed McNulty, in East Rockaway. Now, Ed McNulty is not a past student of mine. He was a RE/MAX agent back in 1994. As a matter of fact, I think we left the date of 1994 in one of the letters in the sample here. There it is. And what Ed McNulty did, it was interesting, is he would every month send me one of these letters as a homeowner. Like he mailed it to my house. And what I noticed, like after about a year, Ed McNulty kept listing and selling everything in East Rockaway. He became the agent for that town. And I attribute it to these 3 letters because here's what happened. This first letter says, I'm delighted to announce that I just sold a home, right? Okay, good. This letter here says, hey, here's all the homes that have sold recently in the area. Does it say that I sold it or you sold? No. it's public record, but the fact that I'm mailing it out on my letterhead, it creates a perception that perhaps I was the agent that sold these. And here's all the new homes that have come up for sale, and here's an update. Same concept. So even if you're not listing and selling, but you give an update of the community and you're mailing it out on a regular, consistent basis, it creates that perception. I love the 3 letters. Now, power agents, we also have so much other stuff that you can be using to promote yourself. All right, let me check in with you guys. So far, I want to see how we're doing. And there's a delay here, but I want you to start typing and tell me, what did you like so far about what we taught? What was your favorite thing so far? So write it in the Q&A, and I want to see what you've learned so far. I'm getting a temperature here. What's your favorite thing so far? Now, while that's coming in, because like I said, there's a delay, let me just say I'm going to teach this one thing, and I'm looking for them to come in right now. So, here we go. Lucy, those letters look fun. Yes, Lucy, those letters are so, you know what I didn't say? And Crystal says the same thing, the 3 letters. What I didn't say about the letters is that it's a template that's so easy to edit because all you swap out is the address for that particular letter. So the rest of the letter, you just keep the same. Linda likes the door hanger with the newsletter. Yeah, it's not as costly to mail it out. The Sly broadcast, Ruby, is the bomb. Somebody else like the 3 letters, Judy, the Sly broadcast. Carol, a few calls that know that the ROI takes about 90 to 120 days, expecting turnaround soon. Yes, Carol, when you start working a farm area, it takes some time. You got to nurture it. So that's very good. Talking to people while in the line. Jack, thank God for saying that. That's one of my favorite ones too. All right, let's go back here. Julie, you can publish those. Not having a well-defined target market. Now, here's another reason why agents fail, is not having a well-defined target market. Now, listen to me. This is very important. Let me show you the first. Let me explain the first one here. Is what is the market area that you work? Now, it's important you keep this in mind. That I've seen agents, if you're licensed in the state of New York, for example, New York is not your marketplace. Now, just because you are licensed in New York or Texas or California, yes, you can list and sell in San Diego if you're in California and Los Angeles. It's the same state, but they're different markets. So here's what I'm trying to tell you. It's very important you understand. Is you need to decide what your market area is and really market that area. Because if you spread yourself too thin, you're wasting valuable time. I got to, now there's going to be an exception to this in just a second. If you take a buyer out if a buyer comes to you in the town that you work, and all of a sudden the buyer wants to change their mind and say, well, maybe we should look over here. And then you're going, let me look over here and let me look over here. You're spending more time in your car chauffeuring this buyer all over the God's country. You can't do that, man. You've got to stay in your area. Now, the only thing refer them out. Because while you're driving 30 minutes to show this buyer one house because they're pulling you out of your area, somebody like me is going to take that valuable time knocking on doors in your backyard, taking business away from you because you're not keeping your eye on your business in your area. Now, the only exception to this is the listings, because listings are thin right now. And not to mention the fact that it's good practice for you. If you're going to go, if you're going to drive 30 minutes to do a listing appointment, that's okay. But not with the buyers. It's not a good idea. Here's the other thing is, what are you doing? Residential, commercial, condos, co-ops? I see this mistake all the time with agents. They don't know diddly-do about commercial property. They've never taken commercial classes, and somebody all of a sudden wants to rent a building, or they want to buy a building for $1 million. Ooh, we get excited. But meanwhile, I'm showing residential. I'm a residential agent, so because I got a lead or even a listing that's a commercial, I'm going to take it. No, man, don't do that either. Just because you're licensed in real estate, commercial has different rules. It's a different product. It's a different buyer. It's a different seller than residential. And condos and co-ops, same thing. So what you need to do is pick a lane. Don't be doing that. You're hurting yourself, and you're hurting the clients too. It's not good for them. Here's the next reason why agents fail: is not having a clear marketing plan. They stop chasing shiny pennies or shiny objects. One of the common questions I see too is like, should I buy leads? No, you shouldn't buy leads. You should listen, gang, listen to what I'm saying here. You can make a ton of money in real estate with your cell phone and a list of and an area, and just stay focused. You don't have to be getting websites. I'm not saying not to have a website, not to have a CRM. There are things to do, okay? But you've got to stay focused on the belly-to-belly, meeting people. We are in a people business. You can have a website, you can have the CRM, you can have all these things. You can have social media and posting and blah, blah, blah. But if you're not talking to human beings, if you're not out there pressing the flesh or making phone calls to offer your services, this is where the high priority items are. Some of us, we get distracted doing these other things because we heard somebody. And here's another thing. I hope this is helping you, gang, because I'm talking from my heart now. I told you this first time I'm teaching this content in this way. Another mistake that's part of this is not having a clear plan. Is you see a top agent who's making $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 a year, and so you say to yourself, if I do what they're doing, then I'll be like that. But no, that's not, because it happens in increments, in levels. Somebody who's making 30 grand a year should not copy somebody who's making $400,000 a year, because they have past clients, they have more money, they can make more risks. They're a different level. If you're making 30, you want to do the person who's doing 50,000 and then 75, you see? So don't chase the shiny objects because you heard of this great thing. Okay. Here's the next thing is, when you do have the money and you are going to market yourself, you need to have a clear plan on how you're going to do that. Just don't willy-nilly it. Now, I'm going to give you two examples. Power agents, in the self-promotion, in the time management tab, there's this chart. This is just a sample. This is a sample. You'd write down your activities. You're going to do some print advertising and market update mailing, neighborhood market report, door knocking and canvassing, social media marketing, holiday postcards, whatever, right? So you make a list of all these things that you're going to do to promote, market yourself, and then you look at the months and you say, all right, here's when I'm going to do it. That's one way to do it. Here's another way to do it. This is my favorite, is that you look at the year in quarters and you write down 3 or 4 marketing things you're going to do in your community that you want to make sure you master and you're doing in those quarters. So that's another simpler way to do it. But here's my point, gang, is you need to have a plan. The next thing that is puts agents, the why they fail and how to avoid that, is insufficient at networking and building relationships. I told you earlier, we are in a people business. You need to be out in the world. One of our top power agents is Tracy Palmero. You'll see the title there. Last year, she did a training for us. She's a power agent. How she went from 0 to 6 figures in her first full year of real estate. Tracy came to us as a power agent after her first year. I think she did, it wasn't her first full year. It was like a half a year. She did maybe 30 grand. She came to us, and then that full year, she did over 6-figure income. Now, she's been in real estate for over about 7 years now. I think it's going on to 8. Her income, she makes about 500 grand a year. So she's a pretty successful power agent. And one of the things that she did, the claim to fame for her, is she created 7 Facebook groups of the 7 farm areas that she wanted to work. And all Tracy did was work those 7. She did it by having people join the groups. She went to the businesses, engaged with the businesses. She wears her RE/MAX paraphernalia all the time, her name tag all the time. She worked those 7 areas, and she was out in the world networking with people. That's how she did it. That's all. That's it. Mary Bundeck, one of our power agents, I don't know if Mary's on the call now. She did this. We teach this thing called Smile Stops. Smile Stops, for the guests on the call, are essentially Popeyes or door knocking with gifts, right? We call them smile stops because we have an acronym for smile. And plus, the bottom line is it puts a smile on their face, puts a smile on yours. It's fun. And Mary, her and her loan officer, they're at the bank. I don't know if you can tell the bottom left there. They got a basket, and they're giving it people in the car at the bank as they come through. There's little gifts. But probably got them at Costco, Doritos, and put the business. No big deal. Just meeting and greeting people, baby. Getting out into the world. Doing the basic stuff. Not expensive. People. You are in the people business. Your leads are people. You got to be with people. One of the things we give our power agents, you got to pay attention, is every week we send you in the email the Power Week calendar. It's all right, here's the 7 days of the week. Here's some suggestions, one suggestion on every day to help forward your business. And some of these you'll be going out into the world. This is an example. Robert Golden, one of our power agents, on May 6th, it said it's National Barbecue Month. Stop by at least 5 clients' houses with bottles of barbecue sauce and say, hey, the market is hot. Thanks for being a great client. So that was that little thing Saturday. That was on one of the things, and Robert did it and having a great time with the past clients, getting referrals. Guests, I just want to point this out, guests. We're going to email you, if you decide to do the trial, a field guide that talks a lot about this in your farming and how to get out into the world. But let me tell you something else here too. Vinny, how do you get all these addresses? How you get addresses for your farm area, there's several ways to do that. It could be RPR. It could be RedX, which is one of our power vendors as well. It could be Cold Directory, which is also one of our power vendors. Vinny, I don't know if you're a guest or not. If you're a power agent, there's never questions that we don't have the answer for. That's part of what we do for you, is we help you manage your business. So yes, we can help you get the mailing list, like I just said. Okay, now here, what you're looking at now is a directory. So power agents, part of you being a power agent is you're in this directory. It's a referral directory. We're seeing about 5 to 7 referrals a year. Julie, I didn't tell you this. There's a company I found. I'm not going to mention their name. I want to promote it, but they charge like a couple $100 a year just for referrals. Like it's like what we have, but that's all it is. It's just for referrals, and they charge a couple $100. And power agents, you're so lucky because this is just part of your membership. And there's tons of, but here's the point. I'm sorry. Let me go back to the teaching point. What did I say this was? That one of the reasons you fail is not networking with people. It's not just with civilians, but it's with fellow realtors, fellow real estate professionals. That's important too. Like I said, we're seeing 5 to 7 deals a month from power agents referring to California to Maine, right? Here's the next reason why agents fail is because of poor customer service. Poor customer service. Now, let me tell you one of the biggest things. Some of you are like, customer service, that's such an overused term. We kind of lessen the meaning of it. But let me tell you something. Let me show you from a consumer standpoint how poor customer service shows up when it comes to a realtor. So I also buy investment properties. And there was a building I was looking at, and I called the agent and left a message. And I didn't get a call back. So then I emailed the agent. And then I didn't get an email back. I'm sorry to say that this happens much more than it should. Saw an ad online, realtor.com, responded, asked you can fill out that form at realtor.com. Zillow has it too. Yes, I'd like to see the house. I did that a few times. Nothing back. Horrible. Do you know every time that an agent does not follow up with a customer, that it makes realtors look bad? It makes us look not professional. I get angry. I get angry for our industry. Let me show you something. This is some of you too young to know Walter Cronkite. Walter Cronkite, he was famous. He was like I don't know, like the Billy Joel of like, I don't know if that's a good example either. I'm showing my age. Walter Cronkite was a newscast guy, and he did the Apollo 11. The Apollo 11 was the first time we walked on the moon. So it's big news, 1969. I was only 4 years old. But there's something he said in his broadcast, and why I have this up here is that in the Apollo 11 module, that little square, it's not like the shuttle now. It's a little Coca-Cola can, right? And in there's 2 million pieces of equipment that could go wrong. 2 million. Now listen to me, 2 million. So you're up in space. I want you to imagine you're sitting in a Coca-Cola can up by the moon. There's no oxygen outside. It's not very thick, the can. And you've got 2 million things that could go wrong. Here's what Walter Cronkite said. He said, you know what? If 1/10 of 1% breaks down in that capsule, that's 2,000 pieces of equipment not working. Wow. So my point here is customer service is about that little extra, that 1/10 of 1%. Just calling people back and doing it in a timely fashion. It sets you apart because everybody else is busy. They don't pay attention to the 1/10 of 1%. Let me give you an example of how that shows up. Tim Donovan, one of our power agents, I'm going to read because I don't know if you can read it there small. He says, thanks, power agent team. Highly recommend to all agents. Seeing 3+ houses can be difficult for the client to differentiate. If it's 8 or above, we have verbal agreement to make an offer. It cuts out a lot of decision time in a difficult market. So what Tim is talking about is we created this simple sheet called the comparison sheet where you put the property's address, you put the contract price, the monthly fees, what the payment is, some notes. So now the buyer, what it does for the buyer, and when they're looking at all these houses and they get confused, here's a really simple sheet that works the numbers. If you just look at the numbers, if you move things around a little bit and the monthly payment, it just simplifies the whole process when a buyer is overwhelmed and confused to make a financial decision about what house works best for them. It's a simple little thing. It's at 1/10 of 1% of great customer service, and it makes a difference. Not setting realistic goals is another reason why agents fail. Not setting realistic goals, setting too big of goals, or more important, getting frustrated when they don't hit their big goals. There is something that I want you all to live by. I think it'll help you. When you have these lofty goals, sometimes what happens is you see the goal and you see where you are, and you're so far from that goal, all you see is the gap, and it drains you. Because you look that far, you say, I don't think I can ever get there, and you disempower yourself. So the best thing for you all to do is don't set these unrealistic, lofty goals. Set little, simple, achievable goals. You see, here's my motto. Inch by inch, life's a cinch. Yard by yard, it's hard. Some of you've heard me tell the story about me running the New York City Marathon. And if you haven't seen pictures of me doing it, you probably don't believe me because you look at this, you say, that's not a marathon body. I agree with you. This is not a marathon body. It was not easy, but I did run the New York City Marathon. I did finish the marathon in 6 hours and 41 minutes, which is horrible time. But I ran the marathon not because I love running. As a matter of fact, I hate working out altogether. I did it for one reason and one reason alone. It was to raise money for leukemia and the Lymphoma Society. I was the #1 fundraiser in the whole state of New York the year I run the marathon for those folks. Now, here's the point that I'm trying to make to you is that I hate running and working out as much as some of you hate calling FSBOs. I'm not kidding. I'm just not. I use my brain, not my body. That's just how I know I should, but I don't. And so there you go. But because I was committed to raising money for leukemia and helping save children's lives and that inspired me. That's what I was committed to. And when I first decided to run the marathon, I got my car to see how far 26.2 miles is. I suggest that you drive your car and look, and 26.2 miles is really long. And when I looked at that distance, I said, there's no way I can do this. Can I cheat somehow? Anyway, so what I did is, instead of looking at 26.2 miles, when I started running, I said, let me just run to the crack in the pavement there. And when I got to the crack, I said, let me just run to that bush. I can make it to the bush. And then when I got to the bush, I said, let me get to that corner, the corner there where the light, like I could get there. So what I did is I didn't look at 26.2 miles. I looked at what was right in front of me. Inch by inch, life's a cinch. Yard by yard, it's hard. So what I say to you is set small goals that you know you can achieve. Lack of persistence and resilience. If you lack persistence and the ability to bounce back from setbacks, you will struggle. You need to shake it off. You know, one of the things we tell our Power Rangers, when you're starting to do things you're not used to doing, you want to be patient because you're learning a new way of doing your business. One of our Power Rangers just posted, again, Tim Donovan said, schedule my first expired listing appointment, which is awesome. So you've got to be patient with yourself, and you've got to be forgiving of yourself, because if you're not, you're going to beat yourself up too much, you see. And if you can just stick it through and stay persistent, you will have success. Here's the next one: inadequate professional development. Here's a fact about, you see right there, top agents. One thing that all top agents have in common is they are always in a coaching program, flying to an event, taking some kind of, and I'm not talking, God bless the boards of realtors and what they have available, and that's good stuff. But you know what I'm talking about. You see some of these top agents. What time are we at? How are we doing? Okay. You guys learning anything? Is this helping, Jules? I told you it's a new seminar. I got so much to cover with you.
I think it's awesome.
Wait, all right, good. We're coming to the end here. Let me show you something. This over here is the statistics of the number of homes sold in millions. And you'll see what happened just at the pandemic. Do you see it in 2020? 2020, 6.5 million houses. Look what happened in 2021. 6.9. And the numbers are still coming out, but in 2020, 5.8, and then they predict 5.1 in 2023. Here's my point. What we're feeling right now is what this graph is showing you. Sales are down, listings are down. But watch what happened with the number of realtors. Realtors kept going up. 2020, they went up, they netted 55,000 net, meaning there are agents who left, agents who joined. The net was a positive 55,000, 100,000 in 2021, 39,000 net. Here's my point. We keep netting more realtors when sales are going down and listings are down. What do you think's going to happen, gang? I'll tell you what's going to happen. Inman News has already predicted it. 250,000 people, real estate agents, are going to wind up leaving the business. And you know the difference? The difference between the agents who don't leave and the agents who actually thrive, because as agents leave and the business starts coming back, the agents are going to thrive, or the agents who know what to say, when to say, and how to say when they're belly to belly, face to face with the buyer or seller. So if there was any time for you to get educated and to get skilled in your business, now is that time. How to do the listing appointment, how to handle objections, how to get your offers accepted and to negotiate, you see? So what I'm going to tell you, and here's what I'm going to end with, and then I'm going to open up to questions. One of the last things that we discovered that I agree with when I was talking to the AIs and having their feedback is treating real estate like a hobby. Now, listen, there's some agents who are part-time in real estate, and that, you know what, if you are, Joe said, school is never out in real estate. Amen to that, Joe. If you're a part-time person, that's fine. I have no problem with that. But to be a full-time agent when you're part-time, a full-time agent is listing and selling real estate. If you're going to be part-time, you need to pick one lane and do one thing and do it well. You can't do all of real estate as a part-timer. It's not that type of business. Would you want a part-time attorney or part-time doctor? I'm telling you right now, civilians, buyers and sellers don't want part-time agents. But if you have part-time hours and you take one segment, let's say you just work with buyers, awesome. You can master working with buyers with the number of hours you're putting in. So what I'm going to encourage you to do, this is the market where you have to really work and you have to really step up. Now, what I'm going to give you guys, power agents, you're getting a copy of the slides. These items that we talked about, I gave a checklist that's in the slides for you to remember what we talked about in this webinar, hang it up, and ask yourself, are you mastering these things? If you're a guest, we're going to get you a copy of that if you do the trial. I'm going to tell you what the trial is now, what the power program is, and then we're going to go to all the questions. One of the things I can tell you about the power program is power agents are proud to be power agents. It's a registered trademark that we own worldwide. Only power agents can call themselves power agents. And, you know, Eric Riley, I'm not going to read his whole quote. He actually walks around with his real estate name tag and his power agent pin. And he tells people, you know, a power agent is like a CPA of real estate. It's a very small elite group of agents who are committed to helping their buyers and sellers get to their next level. So here's how the program works. Every Monday, we have a coaching call. And it's a live call that you can call in and ask me questions. It's not like this. I can actually coach you individually. We record, now it's part, I say individually, we've got a few hundred people on the call, but I can have a one-on-one quick with you to give you some advice. Everybody listens to it. We record it in case you want to listen to it, or power agents love listening to this like a podcast. Susan said, she used to feel insecure about listening, but now she's secure. I will tell you, if you want to have a breakthrough and becoming a listing agent, this is what I specialize in. And the type of approach that we have here at Power Headquarters is to not sell people, but to serve people. Power agents don't close people, they coach people. We have a very caring, committed approach to real estate. It is not just, it's not hard sell at all. And it's definitely not memorized scripts. Anyway, so Monday is our coaching call. On Tuesday, we interview top agents that are power agents, like Tracy Palmero, when she went from 0 to 6 figures. Annette Mina, one of the top agents, I think she's the top 3 or 4 agent in Douglas Elliman in all of Long Island. We actually have brainstorming sessions where power agents, it's like a show and tell. This is one of my favorite things, because when they bring their show and tell to the call, we take that and then we put it into an incredible guide with hyperlinks to the items and suggestions. To me, this alone is worth the program, quite frankly. There's over 70 on-demand training sessions. Remember, I said, like today's session, I went very wide. But when we go specific on, let's say, the listing appointment or how to do the open house, power agents get the actual slides so they can use the slides and use it on listing appointments and edit it. So it's totally customizable. Everything we have, power agents can use. Marty Sorrentino, I just saw Marty last night. There's some power agents I became friends with, personal friends. Marty happened to be one of them. Marty, when he became a power agent, he said to me, Daryl, I just gave you the last money out of my checking account. And the reason why I did that is because I figured if I can't be successful in real estate with you, then I need to get out of real estate. Now, Marty, he's in an office. There's 150 agents in his office. He's the number 4 agent in his office. And he doesn't even work in the office. It's a New York office, but he lives in Florida. Go figure that. That's a power agent. So we have over 600 marketing tools and techniques for you to always have access to. Kristen says she loves the letters in the classroom. She uses that. Here's how it works. When you go into the portal of the website and you go to Classroom, when you go to Classroom, we've taken real estate, broken up into categories, like working with buyers, the listing appointment, prospecting. And let's say you needed some help on farming and self-promotion. You click on that, and then there's all these flyers and checklists and newsletters that you get to customize. There is no training that has the amount of content that we have for power agents. If let's say we're starting to use AI in what we do, and so let's say you type in there, show me everything that's FSBO related, bada bing, everything that's FSBO related, whether it's a training, whether it's a promotional piece, whether it's the listing appointment, you'll find it. It'll pop up for you. Let me ask you a question, guest. If you had one sale a month that you got, it says one extra sale a month. Let's say actually you had one extra sale every other month. What would that be worth to you? Well, when we looked at what my colleagues charge for their coaching, we thought the cheapest we actually found was $397. And that was the cheapest we found. And well, I can tell you that's not what we charge. So if it was $297, and you got an extra sale every 60 days, that probably would be more than pay for itself, probably by 10 times. Well, that's not what it is either. So obviously $197 a month is a no-brainer. But what we did is we figured out how we can do this in such a cost-effective way where we only charge $47 a month, and there's no contract. So if you want to become a power agent, then you can do it. You can cancel at any time. You can do it today for just $5 for 30 days. You will get complete access to the entire program. You get all of those bonuses that I referenced on the screen. It's going to get emailed to you, which is a full listing appointment, 100 ideas, the open house checklist. There's just so much, and that's what we're going to give you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to questions now. Now, the questions I want to do are two types of questions. One question will be if you have a question about the Power Agent program or questions about what we talked to today. So this is the coaching moment. There is one question I do want to address right now because I know we're going to get it. We always get this, is why is it such a good deal? I will tell you, there's no catch to it. It's we can do this on scale, and we want to make money not be an issue. Now, I'm going to tell you something. If you're a guest, you don't have to decide on the 47. You just have to decide on the $5. And after spending an hour with me, is it worth $5 for now for you to check it out? I'm going to hope that what we can do for you is worth more than a Starbucks cup of coffee or a slice of pizza and a soda or a really bad haircut or a Wendy's hamburger or a bad box of wine. All of these things have something in common, which is after you consume it, it goes away. Whereas this, you're going to actually invest in yourself. And I'm going to say this last thing, and then we'll go to the questions. If you if you were to Google Daryl Davis seminars, you will see honest comments about agents who work with us. We don't pay them to do this. This is actually people, what they think about Daryl Davis seminars and the Power Program. And I'm happy to say that we have a perfect score of 5.0. So I'm not blowing smoke at you. This is not some kind of scam. This is the real deal. And I will tell you, this might be the game changer for you, I hope. So with that said, Power Agents, if you want to throw any comments in about the Power Program and you want to pay it forward to the guests to tell them what you think about it, that would be awesome. But Julie, we're going to go to the questions now. So if you have a question about the program or about real estate and what we talked about, I want you to write it in the Q&A there, and Julie will read it for you, and let's do it. So, Julie, what do we got as far as questions are concerned?
Awesome. This is your chance to get a little coaching, get your questions answered. So pop that into the Q&A panel. Elisa said, I just joined. I'm excited to boost my business and emotionally help me get out of a slump I'm in due to personal issues. Awesome, Lisa. Welcome.
Lisa, I do want to say something about that, is that the frustrating part for me on the webinar portion is that I don't get to really talk to you. That's the Monday coaching call. And on the Monday coaching call, Lisa, and the reason why we do it Monday, we call it Monday Mindset because it'll set the tone for the week. And you're right, real estate, if your head's not in it, it's really hard to do the things that you should be doing. And so we're very cognitive of that. And so I want you to fall in love with real estate again, because real estate really is a great profession. everything evolves around real estate. And I have a personal commitment to raise the bar in the perception of real estate. I don't like that we're called salespeople. I really don't. I prefer professional, because when you think salesperson, you think of furniture, store, jewelry, clothing, cologne, cars. A salesperson is committed to the transaction. Doctors, lawyers, accountants, financial planners, they have a commitment to the client. They actually have a fiduciary commitment to the client, and realtors as well. So we're in a great profession, and you should be excited, and you make a difference in the world, and we want you to be in touch with that. Okay, next question, Julie.
That's awesome. And also, for those of you just joining, know that this is a great community for you. Like, the people in our community, they care about you. If you're struggling or whatever, they jump in and they help. It's unbelievable. Every week we see that happen. So thank you for that. Daryl, where can I find the slides?
So if you are, so here's a couple of ways. If you're a power agent, I'm going to show you. If you're a guest, when you sign up today, we're going to email you the slides. As a power agent, when you go to Classroom, you'll find them in a couple of different places. Oh, what just happened? Did I do calendar instead? I did calendar. Sorry.
That's okay.
When you click on Classroom, not calendar, you will see Daryl's top picks. When you click on Daryl's top picks, you will see a link right there in big red. Grab the slides from today. When you click on that, it will bring you to the slides. Now, I will tell you, when you get the slides, you'll probably notice some extra slides in there, because I didn't get to everything today, but I gave you the most important things that I wanted to make sure we covered today. Next question, Julie.
Oh, I love that. What about RedX? Kim asked that question when we were talking about slide broadcast. So we do have a special for RedX as well, Kimberly. Do you want to show, because I had a question about slide broadcast as well. Do you want to show power agents where they get their special offers?
Yeah, when you go to Classroom Power Agents, you'll go to Vendors at the bottom. So it's alphabetical. So if you click on Vendors, you're going to see, you'll see a few things. First of all, this is just a whole bunch of companies and research that we've done of links. Now, when you're at the top, though, these are the companies that we cut a special deal. And almost all the companies, we cut a deal that is better than anybody else could have gotten. So, for example, with RedX, you don't pay the setup fee, which is $150, and you don't pay anything for the first 30 days. Now, you can cancel at the end of the 30 days. So in other words, for 30 days, you pay nothing out of pocket whatsoever, and if you don't like it, you can just cancel it. So that's what we have for you on the RedX. Okay, next question.
I love it. But back to slide broadcast, can you, because we had a lot of that were very questioning of that. Can you show them how, if they put slide in, that all the slide broadcast material comes up? Because we do have extensive slide broadcast content.
Okay, so let me just talk about slide broadcast for a second. I'm so passionate about this. I decided to create like a mini little training around just using that tool. And I'm going to tell you why I'm so excited. I'll give you an example. If you need to get listings, right, there's a bunch of ways you can do it. One way is you can sit down with your phone. You get a list of everybody in your community, which we have for you, and call each person. Hi, Mr. Hunter. The reason I'm calling, I'm Daryl from Power Realty. I'm sorry to bother. Okay, click. Oh, okay. Let me call the next person. So you can dial homeowner after homeowner after homeowner. I don't know how long that's going to take, but probably a long time. Or you could do slide broadcast, record one message that sounds like this. Actually, I think I have it in the slides. Give me a second. Let me teach this, because now if you're staying over, then I'm going to show you some of the slides that I didn't get to, which is
Wait, there's more.
But wait, there's more. Here, watch this. So, hi, this is Daryl Davis from Power Realty. I'm sorry I missed you. I wanted to reach out to you because I have a buyer who's been searching very seriously for a home in your area. As you might be aware, the number of houses for sale in your market is very low. So I was wondering, if you or someone you know has thought about selling, if you could please give me a call at this number if there is. Also, I'm happy to offer a personal free neighborhood market report, which shows you what nearby houses are selling for, plus what your home is worth. The reason why I'm offering this is because your home is your most important asset, and it's always a good idea to have an annual checkup on its value. If you like me, if you like me to do this for you, please don't hesitate to ask. I don't mind at all. I look forward to hearing from you again. My cell number is this. Now, here's the idea. So what you do is you do that recording one time, you upload it, watch this, to Slide Broadcast, and you take 150 people because you have 150 free credits, and you send that out to 150 neighbors. Now, if you want to pay another $8 or $10 or $12, whatever the number is, and you want to do it for 500, so instead of you sitting down making 500 individual calls that could take you weeks, you record it one time, upload it to Slide Broadcast, bada bing, you get it out to 500 people into the voicemail, and watch the calls come in. I love this. So, going back to Julie's question, if you go to when you're in the classroom and you type in the word SLY, SLY, you will see what'll pop up is this whole training I did just around Slide Broadcast, the dialogues to use, the coupon code to save money, because it's a whole bunch of other dialogue too. It's not just even that one. Okay. So that's what Julie wanted me to show you. Okay. Next question, Jules. Julie, you there?
Yep. So again, where do you get phone numbers and addresses?
Okay. Yeah, I would recommend too that maybe Sarah answer questions, because I see that you're also chatting, Jules. And it might be good just to let Sarah chat with them. As far as getting phone numbers, if you go to the vendors, there's Cole Realty Resource is one way to get it. The other way is RedX. So RedX has something called GeoLeads. So if you're a power agent, because I'll get into that more on Monday coaching call. This is just more complicated. Like, I don't want to start teaching those softwares right now. But as far as where to get those phone numbers, it's right there. It's either RedX or Cold Directory, and you will get the homeowner's name, their address, their phone number. If they have more than one phone number, like multiple cell numbers, you'll get multiple cell numbers. Depending on the data, you can also find out what their income is, how long they've lived in the house, what their buying habits are. I mean, you can get really nitty gritty if you wanted to know people. I don't think it's necessary. I think just getting their address, how long they've lived there, and their phone numbers, and their email addresses too. So you get that as well. Next question, Julie.
So Kim wants to know, do you suggest Slide Broadcast over RedX? And they're different products, Kim, so both.
Kimberly, good question. Yeah, they're different products. So what RedX does is it helps you get the information. Slide Broadcast is the recording to send out. So they're totally different, and you don't need both, but you should have both. Okay, next question.
Awesome. Ellen asked, do we have social media? Because you showed the social media post earlier. Do we have social media content?
Yeah. So if you go to Classroom, I'm going to tell you something, gang, about the Power Program. Let me just do this here. Social media. I'm going to show you the social media, and then I'm going to say something. So I showed you earlier, one of our power agents posted the social media. This is it. So we have all of these different social media things that you can do. Some of them are funny, some are animals, some are holiday specific. So if you wanted to post something for the holidays, here you go. Here's something else you can do. Watch this. This is cool. Watch this. This is now May, right? So let's say I type in June. What do we have for June? So I type in the word June, and let's see what comes up. There is, I didn't know World Ocean Day was June 8th. I didn't even know that. So there you go. There's a Smile Day. There's a newsletter. There's your Smile Stops for June. Juneteenth, we've got some of those. Happy Pride Day in June. Okay, we've got 3 Global Garbage Man Day. Julie, what is wrong with you? Julie does these. Julie finds the weirdest friggin' like those are actual holidays. She finds them and she creates. So Garbage Man Day is in June. Everybody take note of that. Very important.
Hey,
Father's Day.
Right? I mean, come on.
Okay. So I don't know how you're crazy, woman. All right. Smile Month. So there you go. So there's a newsletter, there's social media posts just for month of June. Now I want to tell you something about the Power Program too, for everybody. Power Program is like, I got another slide for this. There's a lot of slides I didn't do towards the end here. So the Power Program is like $47 a month. It's like HBO Max. So let me explain. So HBO, like whatever they charge a month, I don't know, right? So we have a few subscriptions, right? Netflix, But like HBO has, I don't know how many different programs they have, probably thousands, right? I don't watch all of HBO's shows. I'm watching Succession. That's one of their series. They got to love that one. The Power Program is like that. It's like one of those subscriptions. You cannot use everything that we have. There is so much content. There's over 700 pieces, marketing pieces, flyers, and checklists. But it's a membership that you cannot do your business without because you just find one or two things. And like you've seen Power Agents, like, man, the newsletters alone are awesome. The coaching call Mondays is awesome. The webinars on Wednesday. There's so much content here for you to help you in your business. Rachel said, what time are the coaching calls on Monday? Rachel, the coaching calls are at 11 o'clock on Monday. And they go, not an hour, they go until everybody's questions are answered. So they can go 2 hours, they can go 3 hours. So that's the commitment we have. Once everybody is taken care of, then we end the call. We record them so you can listen to it later as well. What else you got? I see something from George Rosario.
He loves his garbage man. See, I'm not the only one that's promoting.
He loves the garbage man.
He brings Gunner and Cannon dog treats. That's awesome, George. See, George is with me. I love it.
Good idea.
Daryl, are the newsletters extra?
There's nothing extra in the program. Nothing extra. Now, I'm going to say something, Julie, here, because, again, we have people on the call still. I'm going to give, because you're still with us, you're going to get a bonus now on something. This is one of the things I didn't get to teach today, which is the lack of support mentoring. One of the things that I've learned, and the AI concurred, is that one of the reasons why agents fail is because they're not getting the support that they need or the mentoring. Let me tell you, for a while there, I was dabbling in stand-up comedy. And some of you are too young to recognize these people. Well, Andrew Dice Clay, probably, but that's Robert Klein, one of the greatest comedians of my generation. And when I decided to do this as a hobby, I hired this guy. Now, Frank Santa Padre, sorry. He's an Emmy award-winning comedian writer. He writes for Joyce Behar for The View. Good friends with Gottfried, who we just lost last year. And Frank and I became friends, and I actually had him write comedy for me because I wanted to learn from the best, you see. And when I decided to become a speaker, I joined the National Speakers Association. People like Zig Ziglar, Les Brown, these are mentors for me. So here's my point that I'm trying to make, is that the reason why successful agents are always going to some kind of coaching program or event of some kind is because it takes years off of the learning curve. You know, I think somebody told me, Daryl, you've been in real estate longer than any current coach. I'm not going to mention their names, but I've been in this business for 39 years. So if you're a power agent, you've got 39 years of experience to tap into, which Instead of you learn it, what do we tell our kids? Listen, you should listen to me. I've been there. I've done it. Why waste the time trying to figure it out yourself? Anyway, sometimes you got to. That's what we tell our kids too. But anyway, you need to be around mentors. Everybody will tell you. Every successful person will say you need to have a mentor. And when you don't, that's one of the reasons why you could fail. Okay, Julie, next question.
Well, that also made me think of, we streamline your learning curve, but we also streamline your business, right? So we kind of put everything into the classroom. So instead of going here for this and this, there for this and there for this, everything's in one spot for you.
Yep, absolutely.
Joe, can you customize these tools?
Yes, all of these tools you can customize it. I'll try and show you one as an example. So let me go to the classroom. Let me go to farming. And then let me open up. Let me see one to open up. Okay, so let's open up the birthday cake gift certificate. There's English and Spanish. So any of these pieces that you would give to a civilian, that's what I call buyers and sellers, by the way. There's a Spanish version as well. And so let's open up the happy birthday certificate. So how the happy birthday certificate works is that you would go to a local, why is it not opening? Hang on, there we go. You go to a local bakery and say, listen, what I like to do for my clients is I like to help promote you and give a gift to my clients at the same time. So one of the things that I like to do is give this to my clients on their birthday. You give them a complimentary cake. I'm going to promote, and you might say, why would I do that? Here's why. Because I'm going to be mailing this and promoting your bakery out to all of my clients. I'm not going to ask you to pay a fee for that. So it's a barter system. You're going to get free promotion. And I don't have to tell you, if somebody comes into your bakery for a cake, they're probably going to, and it's free, they're probably going to wind up leaving, spending other monies, milk, some of the things you have, eggs, some other pastry, whatever. And if they're having a birthday, I'm sure they're going to need more than just the cake, right? So they're going to buy some other odds and ends. And now listen, Mr. Baker, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. There's other bakers in town. I'm looking to align myself with one baker. So if you don't want to do it, I'll just go to one of the others. Some of them are going to be like, holy cow, I don't want you to go to my competition. I'll do it. Okay. Now, to answer your question, Julie, you can pick up a free cake at Power Bakery and located at blah, blah, blah. So I'm just showing you. I'm not going to do this because it's hard for me to teach and type at the same time. Located at 1010 Umpty Ump Lane. And here's me editing it. Now, if you don't like the one free birthday cake, let's say it's a one free birthday cupcake because he's a cheap baker. Look, I can't even do that. So here's my point. Have a great birthday. If you don't like what I wrote there, let's just move that or delete it. You don't have to learn the software with our stuff because everything was created in PowerPoint or Microsoft Word, and every computer has that, and it makes it so simple. You don't have to learn new software. These are two softwares you should know if you don't know, and so there's the answer there. Okay,
and everything can be branded to you. You can put your photo, your logo, your contact information on everything.
Yeah, hang on a second. I'm going to show you guys a newsletter so we can show them the multiple purposes with the newsletter. So I'm typing in newsletter. And let's say we got a 4th of July newsletter coming up. While that's opening, Julie, let's go to the next question. What's the next question?
Yes. Do you provide slide dial the phone numbers? Where do we get them? So yes, Robert. Do you want to tell them how slide dial works?
Yeah. So Robert, how you get the phone numbers is one of our other vendors. You get to choose which one. You can use RedX to get the phone numbers, or you can use Cold Directory. Cold Directory is more expensive. They have a yearly subscription, but we got you $200 off on that. And then you can get unlimited information. I think it's kind of expensive. I think it's like $990. It's $1,000, 200. So now it's 800. I'm not a fan of that one because it's $800. There's benefits with that one, which is you get so much, but you get more than you need. The RedX, a lot cheaper. It's like $60 plus 10 cents a name. And as a power agent, you get it free for the first month. So you don't pay the $60. So you're only getting 10 cents a name. So that's the better deal. Okay. This is a newsletter for 4th of July month. And there you've got a recipe, you've got yard care, save water and money and blah, blah, blah. Now I want to show you something here. Let's say, let me zoom in on this. Let's say you wanted to create a post. So I'm going to copy this yard care and I'm going to go over to Facebook. So let me go to the Power Agent Facebook. Let's make believe I'm going to my personal Facebook page. I'm not. This is the classroom for the Power Agents because I'm just using the page as an example. And I want to do a post for 4th of July. So I'm going to do that. There is, and let me go back to that so I can get that heading yard care to save water. I'm going to copy, and then I'm going to go back to the Facebook and create my header. And I'm going to make that heading bold and like that. And there you go. I just, from the newsletter, I also just created a social media post. So I have a newsletter that I can mail out. I have a newsletter I can email. I have a newsletter, if depending on my email, I can put it on my blog, on my website. I took one of those and articles and created a social media post. That's just from one piece out of the 700 pieces that we have in the program for you. And by the way, there's more than one article here. There's also keeping your house cool during a heat wave. So there's another post I can do. Same thing. I can use it as a flyer. I can drop it off, do it as a door knock. So there's one piece, you have multiple things you can do with it. All right. Oh, and by the way, the customization part. You see where it says age, I'm moving it around. I'm not going to type it in. You put your name and you put your photo. And if you don't like that I said it's summer, you say, oh, it's fall. There, I just wrote fall. You can edit even individual words and periods, and you have total control over this. Next question, Julie.
I love it. Daryl, how do I stay motivated? There's so much going on.
Yeah. So, the reason why we call the Monday mindset is because, you know what, here's how I'm going to do it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay.
I'm going to ask the Power Agents to answer it. If you're a Power Agent that's still on the call with us, could you write in the Q&A, how does the Power Program keep you motivated? I'm interested to see. I don't know how many are, because now we're like 30 minutes past, so there may not be a lot of us on. But if you're a Power Agent still on the call, could you tell me, how does this program keep you motivated? And I'm curious to see what they have to say. Okay. Now, while we're waiting for that, I will tell you, when you Google Daryl Davis seminars, you'll see those reviews. And what I recommend that you do is actually sort them by the newest, because then you'll see, here's somebody, Donna from 6 days ago, and Teresa from 6 days. So let's see what Romel said. Let's read some of these, what the agents are saying. Julie, go ahead.
Romel says, just constantly staying in the conversation. You're right, Romel.
Let's stay. Whoa. Let's stick with that. That's important. Just staying in the conversation. That's important. Because motivation is like, and I'm quoting Zig Ziglar, one of my mentors, motivation is like taking a shower. You don't take a shower once and then you're done. You should take a shower every day. I know some people, they do it twice a day. So keeping a positive attitude is the same thing. You got to keep coming back to the conversation that we have, because our culture it's about serving. It's not about selling, and it's about coaching. It's not closing. So we have a woo-woo culture here in my company, as opposed to some of our other colleagues. Some other colleagues, is about the money. It's about the numbers. And you know what? There's some people who are motivated by that. They're motivated by winning the numbers game for themselves. We're about relationships. It's about building relationships. And that's it. Next one. Read it, Julie.
Liz is accountability, and she also said being part of a community. George says we get to bounce ideas off each other. Power Agents are a family. Even on the worst day, I can find a Power Agent to speak with. You're so right.
Awesome.
And on that note, the brainstorming session, so we can show that after this, because that is a powerful part of staying motivated. Linda says there's so much information to give you more options to build your business, and it keeps you going. Marina, not only motivates you, but opens our mind to more than we can imagine. Rachel, there's too many benefits to name.
Thanks,
Rachel, you're always on them coaching calls. I love it. Mary
Actually, she
Clark,
hasn't been on. Wait a second. She hasn't. Rachel, I've been missing you. I haven't heard you on the coaching calls recently. Just an FYI. I'm paying attention, Rachel.
calling you out, Rachel. Mary, hearing agents' success stories. Oh, that's the wins of the week, Daryl.
Yeah, every week we do wins of the week, which are pretty awesome, where people share how many listings they got, how many sales, or what they accomplished. That's every Monday. That's a real big positive for people. Thanks for saying that.
Marsha, keep attending the Monday coaching calls every week. Andy, the Monday coaching calls, always something new to implement. Robert, PowerPoint program keeps me motivated by the ideas Daryl gives every time we listen. I even get my own ideas. You do, Robert. Chris says, Daryl and the Smile Squad are always motivational, upbeat, and helpful. There is a lot of material to help us with our business. Lucy, I just signed up, but I did not receive an email. I just checked my junk. Be patient, Lucy. Sarah, will you double check with Lucy? Make sure she's got her content.
Sure.
Rachel's like, you calling me out.
Yeah, Lucy. So I want to hear the rest, Julie. So read them all. Don't publish them yet. But let me just address one thing for that.
Okay.
So let me close this. The other thing that we're really good at is our customer service. Remember, I said to you that's one of the reasons why agents fail is not having good customer service, and we walk the talk on that as well. So we have this little chat function here. It's at the bottom right. Now, I'm not a fan of these chats or opening up a ticket and all that nonsense. So, but my team is so incredible. If you write a chat there saying, hey, listen, I'm a past power agent. I like to rejoin. They'll respond within 2 minutes. Hey, I didn't get my confirmation email yet. You'll get a response within 2 minutes. And if you don't like the chatting, I personally don't. Just chat and give us your cell number. We'll just call you right back. So power agents will tell you we have an awesome customer service group because we don't want you to feel like you can't get to us, So we're there for you. Okay, what else? Read the other
Renee.
comment.
Renee was, how do I come back as a past power agent? So you can use that chat. We'll answer those questions for you, Renee. George says to stay motivated, stay away from negative people and find positive people to occupy your time. There's tons of them in our private Power Agent Facebook group. Thanks, George.
Yeah.
You're one of them. You're a shining beacon. Sheila says, I'm not tech savvy. Are tutorials available to learn how to post content on social media? Sheila, thank you so much for asking.
Let me answer it. I'll show her.
Okay.
So Sheila, there's a couple of things. First of all, when it comes to posting, when you have the money, what I recommend that you do is you go to vendors. I've got several answers for you, Sheila, so just hang in there with me. When you go to vendors, Sheila, we have this company, justlisted.social. So when you go to justlisted.social, you're going to get a discount. And what happens, we did a training around that, and what they will do for you is two things. If you have a listing, they'll simply pull the MLS number, take that information, write an ad for you. It's all done. It's so simple, Sheila. That's number one. Number two, if you don't have a listing and you just want to promote yourself, it's also that simple. Now, there's a charge for that. Each one's a little bit different, but it's money to invest. That's one thing. The second thing, as far as tutorial to help you, we have training on some tech stuff. Tutorials.
Tech tools and training.
Tech tools and training. So I went to the wrong place, tutorials. So we'll go to tech tools and training right here. And Sheila, I'm very proud of this. So this is some code stuff. So let me go to the training. Tech videos. All right. How to write. Let me find something that's specific to your question. How to use AM cards, how to create a LinkedIn profile, how to use the CRM, how to use RPR, which is our favorite vendors, how to use Canva, how to set up a landing page, how to use PowerPoint, how to use Zoom. So we have basic tech training. We're not a tech company, but Sheila, we recognize that our power agents are paying $47 a month, they may have some tech challenges like we've learned, and that's cool. So what we did is to help agents like you, Sheila, we created some really basic things to get you through. And even though we're not tech support, Gail is our customer service director of customer experiences for power agents. You know, she usually will help a power agent when they have a question. So,
and
all right, next question.
Every Thursday we have training. We walk our power agents through the classroom. We walk them through things like how to take the content, customize it, post it on social media, take the content, customize it, email it, that kind of thing. So either Gail or Shelly host training every Thursday.
Mm-hmm. So what I'm showing you right now is our calendar. And what I love about this calendar is if you download this, if you click on subscribe to this calendar, it'll populate whatever calendar you use. So if you use Google or iCalendar or something, it'll fill it in. So this is today's webinar that we just did. And this is the classroom training that we go through the website and the program and we answer questions. And so that's another place. So that's every Thursday. So you can get some tech training there as well. If you had a question about PowerPoint or something, we'll help you there as well.
Awesome. She just signed up. Welcome to the program, Sheila.
Oh, good. Good job, Sheila. Okay. Listen, Sheila, we'll take good care of you. So during the first 30, here's the most important thing I want to say to all the power agents. Oh, Karen, let me just read Karen. So Sheila, first of all, congratulations. I'm going to publish that. Karen says, I love being a power agent as there is coaching and input on every aspect of being a real estate agent. Great customer service as well. Daryl coaches from the heart. Thank you, Karen. I try. We really do care about you guys. And I'm very blessed. I have an incredible team of people. I can't say enough about them. And the thing about my team is, you know, they're not committed to a paycheck. They're committed to making a difference. And every morning they wake up committed to the question, how can we help our power agents today? Every one of them are like that. And so that's why so many power agents love the Smile Squad. That's what they're called, because they're committed to putting a smile on your face. And anyway, I'm talking like a proud father right now. Okay, Lisa.
You should show them our Smile Squad, because you don't get just Daryl. You get me. You get our team. You've got writers. You've got graphic designers. You've got social media people. You've got tech people. We've got a whole team of people that are $47 a month are here to help make your life easier.
So there's Julie that you're hearing talk in the background, and Sarah, who's also on with us as well. That is my lovely wife, and she's Ponder of Possibilities, but I call her the director of Hold It a Second, because she's like, hold on a second, and she reels me in. But this is the entire team that you have working for you, and so we're very they're just great good people. So all right,
Lisa, how soon after? Okay, you got it.
Yes. How soon after an agent signs up will the information be set? Sarah, by the way, Sarah, how long should it take for somebody to get their information?
It can take up to 5 minutes, but Lisa, you should reach out to us on the chat and they can help you there and look further into it and resend it, see if something happened.
Yeah, so we can resend it to you if you haven't gotten it yet. And I do want to say something, Lisa, that when you sign up, you get 2 separate emails. Am I correct, Sarah? One with the password, and then the other one is something else. Is the slides?
Yes, exactly. Yep, you get 2 different emails.
Yeah, so Lisa, you're going to get 2 emails. One email is the username and password to get into the site. The other one is your bonuses. And those emails actually come from different servers. And sometimes one of them goes into the spam, just an FYI. So, but everybody should be looking for 2 emails. Like Julie said, you can use the chat and we'll take care of you if something got wonky. And by the way, I just want to shout out, we have all the incredible content we have. Most of it is created by our graphics guru, Camille. Camille's been with me the longest. She's been with me since oh gosh, I don't know how long it's been, at least 20 years. She is incredible. Does such great work for you guys. So if you see something that looks pretty, it's probably Camille that did it. Okay. How do I get the calendar, Norma? If you log into the Power Program website, you'll see the up top calendar. And then what I recommend that you do, Norma, is you subscribe, so that way it'll populate your calendar and you won't miss anything. We also send text reminders too on the Monday coaching calls, because we really want you to be there. Those are really powerful. I mean, listen, I got to tell you something. For you to have access to getting coaching every Monday. I mean, geez, is that worth $47 a month? That's just that. I mean, it's great. I mean, by the way, we are going to be raising the price of the program, but not on people who are grandfathered in. So when you register today, you lock in the 47. So when we go to 197 or the plans that we plan on doing, you will never be raised. Never. So when we add more, because we're adding more things to the program, we're adding a training course on calling physicals and expires. When we do that stuff, you don't pay extra when it's included as part of the program. So, all right, what else you got, Jules?
Norma, if we're talking about the monthly or the weekly calendar, those are going to be in your time and money management. And that's also where you're going to find like your activity tracker, your productivity trackers, those kind of things. Time and money management.
Time and money management. Thanks. I didn't understand. Maybe I understood.
It may have been, you may have been, I was just giving our options.
Yeah, that's good. No. So when you go to time and money management, you'll see May's. So we have two calendars. We have the weekly calendars. Like here's just your next 7 days. But then there's a whole month calendar. And the month calendar is gives you one tip every day for that month on something to do to improve your business. You're welcome, Norma. So Mother's Day, there's a marketing suggestion. The webinar is, here's contact 10, 20 past clients and let them know that one of the services you provide is the neighborhood market report. So you're never, I'm telling you, gang, there is no training program in the real estate industry that offers as much as we do for less than $2 a day. Doesn't exist. So
I did want to let you know, Sarah added the checklist that you shared today for the 17 reasons agents fail and how to, that integrity checklist. It's been added to the bonuses. And it's in the classroom already.
It's in the classroom already. Good job, Sarah. What do I search, Sarah, for that?
Checklist. I named it Why Agents Fail, but maybe we should name it something else.
Well, that's all right. So if I type in the word fail, there it is. Okay. Any other questions?
We did show them where to get the slides, yes?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, awesome. Where do I sign up? And that's it.
Okay, so last part, gang. Great question, Julie. We should keep that one in there as the last one always. You should see that little pop-up thing on your screen there, unless you hit escape. If you hit escape, it's probably somewhere else on the screen. When you click on that, it'll bring you to the page. That's where you sign up. And once again, don't think too hard about this. I will tell you what one person said to me. They said, Daryl, you know what? I'm going to do the $5 just because I felt like the amount of knowledge you gave me during the webinar, I should just pay you the $5 just for that because it was that valuable. And that was really nice that they said that. I don't know if you felt that way about today's webinar, but if you did, I'm not asking you to do it for that reason, but it is a justification to take that $5 investment. I want you to get to know the program and get to know what we can do for you. I'm not kidding you, man. There's going to be agents leaving real estate, and the ones that are going to leave, it's because they don't have what you're going to have access to. Being a power agent and having access to all of this stuff and the coaching and the training that we have for you and an entire team committed to your success, you can't fail. So become a power agent today. Don't think too much. Don't think too hard. Don't get out of your own way. Give it a shot. Let's see if it helps. If not, then you lost $5. Not a big loss. All right. So God bless you guys. The last thing I'll say is this: you really know that you make a difference in the world. You really do. Real estate, everything evolves around real estate. I've always said this: planet Earth is a piece of real estate. People are fighting overseas over real estate. Everything evolves around real estate, and you are in that business, and you make a difference in people's lives. So, God bless you. Thank you for spending your time with me, and thanks for staying as long as you did. And have a wonderful day. Stay safe, stay focused, and of course, don't forget to keep smiling. I look forward to seeing you on the Monday coaching call, everybody. Thank you. Bye.